Alright, today we're going to be installing a set of these Bilstein 5100 series shocks on the 2014 Sierra. Now these received decent reviews on Amazon, that's why I went with them. I'm going to link to the product down below so you can check out the reviews for yourself. But they should be a significant upgrade over the beat up old Ranchos I have on that truck right now. Now there seems to be some debate over how you actually say the company name. I call it Bilstein, like Frankenstein, but some people call it Bilstein. So I'm going to create a poll over on the community tab on my channel. Go ahead and take that poll and let me know how you think it should be pronounced, right? Last thing I want to say is thanks to everyone who takes the time to hit that subscribe button, leaving comments, and give me that thumbs up. I appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, you want to see more of this type of stuff, hit that subscribe button. I've got the coilovers coming up. I've got ball joints coming up. I've got a bunch of work being done on that Sierra, okay? So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. All right, let's get started. Alright, I do want to mention that it's going to be helpful to have another jack if possible so that you can raise the axle. It's going to help you get the new shock lined up and in position. Alright. And I did spray these down with some PB Blaster while I was doing the other side, so shouldn't be too bad here. And you can always use a cheater bar. I'm going to use this pipe that I've used in so many videos just to break it free. Alright, we can go ahead and remove the nut, but we're going to leave the bolt in place until we remove the top bolt, okay? Alright, the bolt again is a 21mm, and this time the nut is welded to the mounting bracket, so it's not necessary to have two wrenches. We're just going to use our 1/2-inch ratchet and a 21mm socket and our pipe, okay? It shouldn't be on there too bad. I sprayed it down with a PB Blaster when I was doing the other side. They get torqued down to like 85 foot-pounds, I think. We'll take a look at that when we mount the new one, okay? So the other thing I did is I took the opportunity on the other side to scrape some of the rust off the frame. I primed it and I hit it with rubberized undercoat. I'm going to do the same on this side, okay? So there'll be a little delay here, but you won't know the difference. Alright, let me get this out of here. Okay, don't forget about the washer. Now at this point we can remove the lower bolt. And we'll pull the shock out of here. Rancho in rough shape. Alright, I'm going to hit this with some primer, some rubberized undercoat, and then we'll install the new one, alright? Alright, so just a quick side note, I took a wire brush and I scraped off a bunch of that loose rust that we were looking at. I hit it with some Rust-Oleum black primer and then I blasted it with some rubberized undercoat. It's still a little bit wet, but I really just didn't want to get any of the undercoat on this sweet looking shock here from Bilstein, alright? So let's go ahead and get the top one mounted first here, and we're just gonna, you can see I still have not cut this strap that's holding the shock compressed, and the rubberized undercoat might make it a little bit tight, but we'll get it up in there, alright? Living in Maine or any kind of a state where they salt the roads, I mean, it's just killer on your vehicles. There's some pros, but that's definitely a con, okay? Just gotta get that ratchet tight here, and then we'll get the lower one, then we'll torque them down. Alright, now we'll get the lower bolt in, and this is where having that second jack under the axle is going to come in handy. I've just got a bottle jack, and I don't know if you noticed I have a piece of pressure treated 4x4, and what I usually do is I have a couple of those laying around the garage just kind of cut to different lengths because they come in really handy and they're strong. So let's see how we're doing here. Almost. Alright, now this one again had the nut. Get those ratchet tight and then we'll torque them down and then we'll be done. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Rear shocks, really easy on most vehicles. The process I went through here is going to be the same or similar on a lot of vehicles, barring the socket sizes and maybe the torque specs. Next we'll do the front shocks, the coilovers. Some people call them struts, but these are not actually struts. They're coilover shocks. It's going to be a little bit more complicated because we've got to compress the springs and swap those out, but won't be too bad. So thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up if you found this video helpful. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this type of stuff, right? Let me grab my torque wrench real quick. 85 foot-pounds. And don't forget, Bilstein or Bilstein. I've got a poll over on the community tab. I actually posted that community tab, so check it out. I haven't used the poll functionality very often, but I thought that would be a good use of it. I think it's Bilstein. There's 85 right there. I'm going to torque the upper one. Thanks for watching. Have fun. Leave questions and comments below. And be safe.